It seems a funding boost isn't the only thing the ABC is getting. Former Nine CEO Hugh Marks has been announced as the new boss of the public broadcaster, but some have raised eyebrows at the appointment. Joining me is Verve Communications' Prue MacSween. Prue, Marks was the CEO of Nine for 5 years. He left quite abruptly in 2020. Do you think he can make a difference to the ABC? I mean, I'm not sure that the ABC's left bias has been fixed by Kim Williams as the chair. What about Hugh Marks from Nine? Can he change it?
Well, he's supposedly presided over the toxicity at Nine, so he should fit in very well with the ABC, James, when you think about how toxic that culture is. The ploy or the thoughts behind his appointment and that of Kim Williams is to bring two commercial animals to the ABC, but you can imagine they're going to be stepping into a hornet's nest. How the activists of the ABC, the lovies who just feel that they run the joint, and in fact have been running the joint, will accept any changes of these two men will be fascinating to watch. But in the meantime, we've got the government who's awarding $83 million to the ABC, probably because it's its only supporter and champion in the media. But what a hide.
Yeah, indeed. And it's one of these things that, we keep talking about it, we keep pointing out all the issues, but nothing ever seems to change. I wonder if a coalition get into government, if they'll actually have the courage to do something about it, or if they'll just keep whinging as well. I guess we'll watch that space. Yeah, I hope so too. Hey, I reckon it would be great, Prue, if we could just have one Christmas without fear-mongering. But it's not going to be this Christmas, unfortunately. West Australians, can you believe this, are being warned to stay home because, you guessed it, there's a new wave of COVID. Seriously, haven't we all learned to live with COVID now? I mean, if you're unwell, then sure, you stay home. But who even tests for COVID anymore? I've got a theory, though, Prue. Maybe this warning is not actually about COVID at all. Maybe health officials in WA are laying the groundwork so they can avoid having to spend Christmas Day with their in-laws.
Well, that's very smart if they did. I love it. Look, who knows, James? We all know that COVID's still amongst us. I went to my mum the other day in a nursing home and one of the floors was COVID closed. It's around. We have to be living with it now. It's like the flu or anything else that we have. There's booster shots if you want to take them, and it's just a part of life now, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's just a part of life, which is why I'm curious that health officials in WA are saying people should consider masking up, that people should consider getting their booster shots. I don't know anyone who's had a booster shot for the longest time. And, of course, these warnings that you should stay home. Is it almost like health officials had this idea from a couple of years ago that they'd have regular TV press conferences and they'd have a profile. Fortunately, we haven't heard from them for a while, but then every now and then they've got to pop back up with these warnings, almost like they've had relevance deprivation syndrome.
Yeah, I think so. Well, it seems to be, or maybe they don't want to be accused of being irresponsible, if there is a breakout. Who knows? Look, bureaucrats, as far as I'm concerned, in Australia are a lost cause. They haven't got much credibility as well as at all. So, I'm not surprised they've come out with this. It's unfortunate timing for everyone, and I think everybody will just have an extra few beers and forget about it.
I think you're right. Hey, just moving on to the US, the left are still out to get Donald Trump. A New York judge has ruled against a bid by Trump to have his conviction for covering up hush money payments to porn star Stormy Daniels thrown out on immunity grounds. So it means Trump could be the first president to enter the White House on January 20 with a felony conviction. But I want to ask you this, Prue. Joe Biden's been handing out pardons like confetti, right, to all sorts of people. Wouldn't it be an amazing thing if Joe Biden pardoned Donald Trump in a show of unity to bring the country together? What do you think?
I think it's a great idea. I was actually thinking it myself. And in fact, I thought they got on so well during their little knees up together that probably Trump will now give him a call, as long as Biden remembers who he is. But when you think about all the things that Biden has got away with and his family has got away with. It's just astounding that Trump is facing this. It's not really, I know his lawyers have said it could affect his ability to govern, but it's not a nice thing to have that conviction against you. But in the long term, I don't think Trump will care too much about it. And what he's been awarded millions in these recent cases against him. So the money's not the issue. Of course, it's his ego that will be bruised, but yeah, nice idea. Maybe Trump can talk. I mean, he's a broker, isn't he? Maybe he can talk Biden into giving him that immunity and allow him a pardon.
Hey, real quick, have a look at this clip from Justin Trudeau just the other day saying he's a feminist. Have a look at this.
No, it shouldn't be that way. It wasn't supposed to be that way. We were supposed to be on a steady, if difficult sometimes, march towards progress. And yet, just a few weeks ago, the United States voted for a second time to not elect its first woman president. Everywhere, women's rights and women's progress is under attack, overtly and subtly. But I want you to know that I am, and always will be, a proud feminist. You will always have an ally in me and in my government.
Prue, really quickly, there's now suggestions Trudeau might need to resign. Will anybody miss this guy?
No. I mean, look, he could be a blackface feminist. Maybe that's the best thing he can do to win some popularity. I mean, the bloke's a joke. He should resign, and I'm sure he's going to. He's done the go woke, go broke philosophy over there.
I think you're absolutely right, Prue. You're absolutely right. Well, that's all I've got time for. Thanks, Prue, for joining me.